not weird, but certain things too, and
Yeah.
you guys never have a clue. So all your Delta, all your fixtures are Delta. And I told you that because if you have to get cartridges, your jets in there, you know, your body sprays, those are all Delta. Everything came from Gray Hodges. They have all that info there if anything got changed up. Let's see. The plumbing, just so you guys know, the whole house is Uponor expandable PEX. It'll expand to 7 times its size before it breaks. Now the fittings won't, that's what they don't tell you. But you have a main line coming right through here and it goes straight into the bathroom. And then hooked to that main is a 1/2 inch main line and it goes all the way back. So what it does is you'll see out here a recirculatory pump. So you have hot water back here in your master bathroom within 3 to 5 seconds. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Now you can adjust that more or less, whatever you want on that. So that's one of the things. The sewer line runs from the master bathroom straight to right here at 45, and it goes straight to the septic. If little Johnny flushes G.I. Joe down the toilet or any of that gets stopped up, you have a main sewer clean out outside the bathroom window, and I have it labeled main clean out.
Okay.
A plumber, anybody can run a snake from there, and he can run it straight all the way to your septic line, or your tank. Let's see. We'll look at the water heater. It's a commercial grade water heater. They're not cheap. Because you are on a well, I get an extra pack, and like I said, you guys are probably just gonna call a plumber, but have them look at the water elements before you change out a $2,800 water heater. It's just, one of those things. It's not, you can't go get that Home Depot or anything. You can have, once again, Gray Hodges. Let me show you how the power runs in case you guys ever had a problem. Contracting company.
Oh, does it go by Nathan? Is it white and red?
No, it's white.
It's
just
full
like,
white.
yeah. Your panel, it goes down. Notice it's not surface mounted. I ordered that all the way from out west because I was dead set on having it inside the wall. It runs down, just in case you have any ever problems, it runs down. Right through here. It does like a curve here, and it shoots straight down to your pole down there.
Okay.
And it's one continuous run. But if a tree ever fell, you just know your power line's through here. Of course, that's your septic. Let me show you where that runs to. Just under this pillar and shoots right to, it's a straight line.
Okay.
Goes all the way to the living room, 45s, and then goes to the master. So that's your sewer line, just FYI, in case you ever are
Because
wondering.
remember, they were thinking about a pool. So do you have any thoughts?
Yeah.
Where were you thinking about a pool?
Anywhere we can put one.
Yeah.
And you were doing something with carrying a...
Yeah.
Porta
so-
cache. I learned the new word for it.
The what?
Porta cache.
Porta cache.
Yeah, just like an archway over to an additional garage.
On that side.
On that side?
Yes.
Don't go... So this here is a clean out for an RV trailer.
Okay.
Because we had a big park model here when we built it.
Yeah.
And I didn't demo it because I thought, well, what if you ever, someone comes and visits, they got a fifth wheel or something,
Yeah.
they can just dump straight to the...
Yeah.
We have one.
Do ya?
Yeah.
So there you go. You can invite everybody
Yeah.
to stay out here, not in there. The first sewer line runs about right here. See that tree?
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably, I think it's 11 feet. It might be 7. Away, you got to stay away from that.
Yes.
But yeah, anything from here on, and remember your power's there, so
Yeah.
if you're digging footers,
Yeah.
don't hit it. But I was going to show you, what else was I going to show you?
So you're saying 7 to 11 feet from the edge of this?
About right here,
Okay, so
It's
7 to 11 that way.
this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't build any structure. I mean, right here, from that way.
Okay.
What if it was a hangover or
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah?
And it's deep there. It's probably, well, once you get down the hill, it's only got about 2.5 to 3 feet of cover, but from here it's pretty deep.
Okay.
I wanted to show you this because this is not that it really has any sentimental value to you guys, but you were asking about a pool. So I hammered this down. Here's the needle that shredded off of the 245 cap.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
It's solid slate. Now, once you get to a certain angle, you can pop it up. I'm telling you all this, so when you start doing your pool, it's gonna be rock. Once you get enough room where you can start popping it up, well, I came down 3 feet below this, so, and then backfilled it.
Right.
But you are gonna hit some rock. I'm assuming a below ground pool.
Yes.
So you're good anywhere through here.
Okay.
The house sits on solid rock as far as the footers. I mean solid rock.
Okay.
So anywhere back here, you guys are good.
Nice.
There's no lines back here. There's none of that.
Okay.
And you're gonna leave the cones for where the septic tank is, right?
Yeah.
At this point, okay.
This is just a big pile of extra dirt.
Okay.
Whenever you need it, you always need a little, and it's got a bunch of slate. But that is your tank.
Alright.
I don't have a bunch of cover over it, but I didn't want anybody driving over it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 1,000-gallon concrete tank, which is standard. A lot of people are going to plastic these days. I chose concrete. And it's a 2.5 or 2 foot, half-inch chamber septic line. I think you have all of that info. But as far as, you can put a pool anywhere you wanted here.
Alright. Sounds good.
And all that's all pre-wired. These boxes are your gas lines. They come up in that far one from the stove, this one for the fireplace.
Okay.
It comes down around to that tank. Honestly, if I were gonna stay here, Amy and I probably, that tank on the stove has lasted us a year. So it's not like you gotta go every weekend.
Yeah.
Now the fireplace one, it'll eat propane up pretty quick. If we were gonna stay here, I'd probably get like AmeriGas or something,
Yeah.
put a big tank out, fence it off so you can't see it,
Yeah.
and they come service it every now and then, you don't have to worry about it. But
Yeah.
for Amy and I, like literally, that stove's been running for a year,
Okay. Nice.
so it's not like an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is important. In the middle of winter, and it's snowing, and it's freezing, you're out here in the middle of the night. So I got you an extension cord, and I left you my heater. So if it looks like it's gonna get below 25, 28 degrees, just run the cord over to the outlet, turn this on super low, and just leave it sit here, and you won't have any problems.
Okay.
I've had problems.
With the
We've
lines
had to-
freezing,
Yeah, before I had this built,
okay?
I literally was like 5 days without water. It was just
Really?
all froze right here.
We've been there before, so we will.
This filter system, and I'm gonna give you everything about that, what I've been talking about, how deep your well is and all that, if you guys ever need it. This is a 2 or 3 phase system. I got it on 2. I got extra parts here with the UV light. This has been working fine. About every 9 months to a year, I'll clean the well. I'll put about that much bleach down the well, hook up to this hose bib, and just flush it. And I did that for you guys yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I probably flushed it for 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
Took these out, cleaned these. I'll tell you where I get my filters from. Just call the guy, he'll bring you a whole box and just, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, you have, usually a standard well will have a 30-gallon pressure tank. You have a 90. Why I needed a 90, I don't know. But it was just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Do it right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do one, do it, you know. So.
Yeah.
But I've never ran out of pressure or anything like that.
All right.
And so this is pretty much it. Once you get it, it's easy.
Yeah.
And then are you doing the shock right through here?
Yes. So I tried 2 things. This here was a mister system, and I saw it on somewhere, and there's a copper pipe coming down, and it just constantly. Well, I didn't think that's constantly triggering my pump to come on, so the start and stop. So I thought that ain't. And then the water was rusting the metal pipe. I was like, that's not a very good. So I just cut it, did away with it. But I take these off like a tire pattern, about 1/4 gallon of bleach, and then, like I said, run a hose out about every 9 months. You'll be able to start tell, hey, you know, we need to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to point this out. This is, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just 3 foot of concrete, and when we were pouring it, that form started bowing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was nothing I can do really with it. When all these lights are all switched by your back door, it lights this place. I was up here at 6 this morning with these lights on, and I mean, it's, any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is there more than one AC?
There's another one on the other
Other
side.
side.
Okay.
Air handlers are up in the attic. Like I said, you got a damper system. I haven't had to adjust them yet.
Oh, I did want to ask, just like, what's your average cost on like electric every month? Just
If
general utilities.
for Amy and I, remember, we don't ever go upstairs.
Yeah.
There was stuff that hadn't been fixed up there. I had never went up there. Like literally been
Oh
up
my
there 3
goodness.
times.
Yeah.
When my son and daughter were living with us, it was about 400 to 500 in the hottest part of the month.
Okay.
If it's just her and I think it's like 380. Now don't quote me on this. She can answer it. I mean, she pays the bill. But like I said, this room, I literally turn it off when I get up, and when I come back in the evenings, usually around 6 or 7, it's at 69, 70 degrees.
Sounds good. I just wanted a ballpark range, so that works.
And you have no, I want to talk about internet.
Okay, yeah, Starlink.
Yes, now I have a Starlink.
Yes.
You guys, if you want, I don't know how that works, but I think it can stay with the house.
And
But here's
transfer.
the good thing. KUB literally last week just wired this whole loop.
Dude, no way.
Last week, this whole with their fiber.
Nice.
Now, I asked the guy how long, and he said within the next month there will be another crew coming in, getting it to the houses.
Okay. So do we have to go ahead and request that? Let them know that we want that?
I would. Now they
Yeah.
send me notifications because I requested it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Starlink's worked for us, and then I also have a cellular hotspot
Yeah.
for my, you know, but yeah, KUB fiber is actually, I was like, oh, look at here. You'll see
Yeah.
them all over Boyd's Creek. They're doing the whole area.
How about the power going out?
It does go out. Now there was a truck in here yesterday cleaning the trees.
Okay.
For the most time, it's not out that long.
You think it would be worth it for us to invest into a generator?
My opinion, absolutely. I'm putting one on my new house.
Yeah, I think we would like to get one either way.
Just for backup.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to run your whole house, but a couple
Yeah.
lights, your
Yeah,
refrigerator. Like I've never been without power so long that I started worrying about my heat
Freezer.
and the freezer and stuff.
Yeah.
Now the other night when you guys were
Yeah.
here,
Coincidentally.
we literally left so you guys could see the house. I had pressure washed everything and made everything pretty, all the lights on. And I looked on my phone because and I knew you guys weren't here yet. It was the alarms kept bling, bling, bling. And the trees, it looked like a tornado came through here. And I was like, I told Amy, what do you know?
Oh no.
We were sitting
yeah.
down at the bottom before you came, and we saw the lights on, and by the time you got here, the lights were off. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah,
the
because we were waiting
trees
here for a minute, and we
Oh.
were sitting through the storm waiting
Trees
on her.
everywhere.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then we get up here, and like, that's when I noticed your trash can like had fell because of that. I was like,
And you thought there's bears
yeah,
or something.
well, not, or I just was like, man,
We're
who
used to
threw their
bears.
trash
Yeah.
down here? But then I was like, oh, their whole trash can fell. It's the storm.
Yeah, we had to go down there and get all the trash.
Yeah, I bet that was.
Now, do you have trash pickup or?
We don't. If you go down here to Boyd's Creek, hang a right and go about a mile, there's a transfer station right there. It took us
Yeah,
a
I
little
think we
while
passed
to
it.
get into the rhythm, but like if I go to work, I just throw, and drive by.
Yeah,
Bears, we have had a bear up here.
really.
We've had 2 this year. We've had none. So I don't know if someone got them during hunt season or not.
Yeah, his parents live in Gatlinburg. So
Oh, okay.
they
So
have
you're
quite a
really
bit.
used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our stores, we have a bear that's there. It lives in an abandoned house next to it,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's got like cubs, and they just
yeah, it's a huge bear. So like our cameras will just ring in the middle of the night, and you'll
Really?
just see a big bear coming through. Yeah.
And what is it? We got. It's not a mountain lion.
Oh, it's like a
Bobcat?
Bobcat, yeah.
Yeah, we have
that goes
bobcat
through there a
visits
lot.
A lot.
When I first moved here, we had just drilled our well, and Amy and I had come up, and there was a paw print, and because there was water drill, and so it was mud,
Yeah.
and there was a paw print, and I was looking at that, and I said, that looks like a lion print. I call them out west mountain lions, but here they call them cougars. And so I was like, yeah. Well, I went down and came back over the bridge, and a mountain lion was running across
Wow.
the single lane. I mean, I stopped, and
Yeah.
I've been a hunter my whole life, and I was like, that's a cat. So I told someone, the old man up there, I call him old man, Mr. Richards, he does all my permitting. He says, oh, there ain't no cats in Tennessee. And I promise you, there was a cat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I believe you.
And how about the neighbors?
neighbors are great.
Okay, good.
That house, the guy was kind of different, and then he moved out. It's been on the market for quite a while. I think it just went pending or it just closed. This guy here, he's always gone. When he's here, everybody's super nice.
Okay.
And we all belong, and you guys can join like a group text. Hey, because I think you got 18 homes in this subdivision.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's dog's out, or hey, I got,
I don't know if they'll like us very much with our loud cars.
they'll.
You've got enough distance. Nobody's gonna
I think
care.
that's what we're thinking. So
There's actually a guy that has a race car right here, and he'll fire it up, and it just
nice.
echoes.
Okay.
Really?
At least we're not the only ones now.
On 4th of July, you guys have the perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just. You don't have to go
Nice.
anywhere. Your property line. See that metal stake that
Yeah.
Yes.
it goes down, follows that fence up there. I put that fence up there because up there was some kids.
Oh, you didn't want them falling down.
And remember, I was 3 or 4 feet more deep at the time, and they were sliding on something down here. And we were in our trailer, and we turn around and look, and the kids are waving to us, and I'm like, I gotta put a fence up.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I've never had anybody. But this line goes up, all the way up, and if you went around, have you guys went around?
We haven't yet.
Don't take that card.
Yeah, we have a razor and a
Take it.
4-wheeler, so.
Take it up. The driveway. If you just keep going up, stay to the right. There's Pat's driveway. You'll see she has some a nice wood gate. But there's a power pole right there when you turn into her driveway. Right next to the power pole, you'll see another metal stake that has a ribbon on it.
Okay.
That's the corner of your top property.
Gotcha.
And then it goes the rest of the road all the way.
Along the road?
It goes to the right, next to the road, all the way up to the finger, and that road will come back down. You can actually do one big loop on your razor. Well, I take
Okay.
my Nissan,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But that's all yours. So
Yeah.
nobody, it's quiet,
Yeah,
you know.
nice.
And is that just a light off the fence, or what was
That's
that?
just a solar light, and
Okay.
it lights up, and it's a motion
Okay.
detector.
We couldn't figure out if it was that neighbor who put it there,
No,
and then
that's ours.
okay.
And it's a real dull glow at night, and if you walk, it lights up. It's been a really good.
Yeah,
mean,
so I
I'm-
guess on this side of the property, it's like nothing. There's no people for a while.
There's no one.
Okay, good.
There's no one. The closest person you have are them.
Okay.
And I had a bunch of trees here, and we debated mowing them down, or in the wintertime when all the leaves are gone, you can see all the way around this thing.
Yes.
And then in summertime, you kind of have your privacy.
Yeah, that's
you
nice.
know. Nobody's loud. You'll hear the cows mourn, and sometimes you'll hear coyotes.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, you hear the coyotes yapping. That's a birdhouse that Amy wouldn't let me take down.
We noticed that.
Well, then you
Here's the
take
cleanup.
I mean, it's just kind of get some raccoons. If you leave trash out, you will get raccoons.
Yeah. Definitely gonna need a fence up for kids.
Mhm.
Whenever our kid
Yep.
starts walking.
Yeah, I would put a fence right through here.
Yeah.
And we thought about making steps down there and then having a fire pit down there.
Really. Yeah, 'cause it gets flat again a little
Mhm.
bit right there.
Well, we were gonna build our house when all this was looked like that. Amy and I hiked up to these two trees, and I thought that's where the property was. And then I got a surveyor, and he's walking around up here, and I said, all the way up there? And we said, oh, let's go here, and it was solid rock.
Oh.
But
When did you get this land?
was it 3 or 4 years ago?
Okay.
I think it's probably 4. We bought it, and then for the longest time we just had dirt,
Really?
and it would get washed out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just did the driveway within the past 8 months.
Yeah. We like the concrete driveway. It looks nice.
It just tracking dirt in and out of the house, and I mean
Yeah.
it was just a mess.
Yes.
Oh, another thing, all your bedrooms that do not have ceiling fans, everything's pre-wired
Okay.
for ceiling fans, lights, all, just so you know, hey, we want to add a fan here. The wires are there.
Oh, we saw in the original building plans that there was gonna be, in the original plans, there was a door that would connect to the.
Out your bedroom.
Yes. Is that something we could add in?
It's actually framed in.
Is it? Like,
It's framed in, and well, let's go in there.
okay.
And we had it all there, and Amy wanted her bed against that wall
Well, that's fine.
because she didn't want her bed here.
Yeah, because that's where it is in the original plans, is right there. I saw that.
So we added these windows and just covered that up.
Really?
But if you rip that sheetrock off, it's there.
Awesome.
It's framed in.
Okay.
Nice.
Headers and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And that was the whole thing, is to exit there, sit in your hot tub, and you'd be
Yeah.
able to come right into
Yeah.
the master.
Yeah. Now the concrete. Okay. Yeah, I see. Well.
So- One more question. They were thinking about closing that in for the nursery. Anything pre-done there?
Oh yeah.
No. So remember, these are 2x6s here. I'm glad you brought that up. So the room upstairs, right above us, which would be upstairs, first bedroom on the left, it is completely insulated. So if you put your baby in there and you can't hear him down here crying, the walls are insulated, the ceiling's insulated, and this floor is insulated. It was going to be my music room.
Really?
So everything, this wall coming on this side of the bedroom is fully insulated. The lid in there is fully insulated. All this is insulated. As far as closing this in, very doable. In fact, I thought about doing it because you can see, we don't.
Yeah, it's like not an awkward space, but like you already had your dining room table over there. You know, so it's,
This was going to be my office,
Yeah.
and I just said
Well,
no.
it would work perfect for our son because it'd be right across from the bedroom.
Here's another thing. This was actually why I was gonna get it in. Every once in a great moon, it hasn't happened in a long time, but people come up your drive. Like we first moved in, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I got a knock on my door. And they're very well dressed, man. Siri takes them. He's trying to get to the house above.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm
And
gonna put up a big gate.
down below, I used to have a sign that said private property, no trespassing. But think about this. It's never happened to me, but when I'm laying in bed, I mean, if somebody comes up like, oh, hey, you know, you're laying, you can see straight
Yeah.
Yeah.
or from here.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should close that in.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
I mean, it'd make it feel a little smaller, but it could be another room.
Yeah.
Another reason why I didn't do it is I would have probably made it into a bedroom, but it can only be a 4-bedroom.
Really.
For the septic. Gotcha.
Well.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's the dumbest thing. You can have 10 bathrooms, but 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another thing real quick is, so you have your main panel out there, and I'm gonna put a door here, but here's your sub panel. It's all labeled here. This panel right here runs this half of the house.
Okay.
All your outlets, your bedrooms, the well, all that. Don't forget that you have another sub panel. You'll be out there flipping breakers or your electrician. There is a sub panel and it's right here.
Awesome.
Since we're back onto electrical, what do you have a generator that you would recommend? Like, I don't know if you
Generac.
I think Generac they can run on diesel or propane.
Okay.
Um,
What would you prefer?
I think I like the Generac
Yeah, but like off diesel or propane?
propane.
Propane? Okay, we're not very familiar.
And then you
so-
could hook the fireplace and the stove to it at the same point. So you could do a tank.
The only thing that I would worry about is the driver. There's probably always different drivers.
They
Coming
do.
up.
They usually have small trucks.
But coming up and
Yeah.
running over your septic or something. So keep
Yeah.
that in mind. Hey, you know, this is our septic. Keep everything away. I just keep everything away from it.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe there's something we could do to like make it to where people can't drop their.
build a little
I don't know if you could do some sort of driveway coming this way, if it's going to be serviced over on this side of the
on
house.
this side, I mean, I'm sure that
That's a thought.
just get a nice day that hasn't had rain, and I mean, realistically, he's only got to come once a year.
Yeah.
You know, and
We-
I think they come every couple months just to serve it. You know,
They
top
will
it off.
serve
You're
it.
talking about one of those big propane tanks
Right.
that you were talking about fencing in.
Now there's two different types. There's one of them you can completely bury, so it's like it's the green tanks. If you ever see a propane tank that's green, that's for burying. That's probably what I would do: dig a hole, bury it, so you don't have to worry about it. I think they put a little cone around it so they can get to it, or put a above ground one and do a little fence or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not going to be up here every month.
Yeah.
But in the wintertime, it would be nice, you know, especially if you like your fireplace. I mean, it'll blow through some propane.
Yeah.
The fireplace store, if anything ever goes wrong with your fireplace, we got it from the fireplace store next to the co-op in Sevierville.
Okay.
They're great people. We bought everything from them, so they have the model number. They have everything.
Okay.
It's ran fine for us, but like I said, it will eat up the propane. And I installed, just so in the middle of winter. By the way, this is all natural Tennessee stone. You're gonna dig this. Up here, in the middle, there's a fossil. And I put it up there, and you know how many times if someone comes and I don't feel like talking, I say, hey, can you see that fossil? And for like 45 minutes they'll sit there. It's up there. But, this has I just did this last winter, an automatic blower. Once it heats up, there's this little knob right here. This is your fan. So when it gets to a certain degree, and it'll blow out here. I mean, it heats up really good.
Yeah.
I think that's, oh, see, there's always little things.
Yes.
Sorry if I'm boring you.
No, you're good.
Very interesting.
So this, if you pull these filters, this probably needs to be changed once a year. This is right here, is a little charcoal filter,
Okay.
maybe once a year. It's done, you don't have to do it for, but,
What's the source of that kind of filter? Where do you get that?
any hardware store will
Yeah.
have it,
Okay.
they say. I get all mine from, Home Depot.
And what was the source of the company that you were saying all the fixtures, the plumbing,
Gray Hodges.
Gray Hodges in Sevierville?
Gray Hodges in Sevierville or Knoxville. There's one off Jasmine in Knoxville. I go to the one in Sevierville. Everything here came from Gray Hodges.
Okay.
So if you need any parts, any of that, they have all that. This is actually piped into your hot water. So you have hot water trying to get hotter faster.
Yeah.
Just, little things like
Yeah.
that.
Very So did your wife pick things out like the backsplash and stuff?
She did.
I like the backsplash a lot.
I'm not a big fan of the master bath countertop.
Really?
And it was the most expensive out of all this.
Really? Oh my
And it
goodness.
came and I was like, I don't know if I like it.
I haven't-
But it was
I
there.
kinda liked it. I think my mom, we brought her in here and I think she actually commented on it saying she really liked it.
Really?
Mhm.
I wasn't a big fan of it. What are you gonna do? It's already here. HOA. There is, I'm gonna call it a covenant.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think there's 18 of us on, it starts from the bridge this way. I've never paid any dues. Nobody's taken, there's no weekly meetings, there's no yearly meeting. You do whatever you want. There is a covenant. It's the last time that there's been any activity on it, I believe, was 1983 or 1985. But we do get together and, everybody pitch in $300, $400, $500, including the ones going out. Not, they use the road too.
Yeah.
The lady on the end down here, her name is, I can't remember her name. She would kill me right now. Wendy? It doesn't matter. She's kind of, if there was going to be a secretary, everybody would give her their money to her. And her brother works for Blaylock. He comes in with a blade.
Nice. Okay.
Or she'll get someone to come in and, like they just came with the blade and cleaned it up. It's kind of just a community thing, and you'll get to know your neighbors. And if you need to know anything, go over to Mr. Richards. He's the one that has "Have a blessed day" when you're going out on the left.
Okay.
In fact, I'll introduce you guys to him. He has everybody's phone number. He does all my permitting, and he's so organized.
I feel like maybe this has been mentioned before, like probably within the neighborhood, but like everybody pitching in to just make it a paved road.
The problem is the guy coming in, when you come in and there's that little left turn, there's a trailer on your right. They need 10 feet of his land for easement. And he's being a butt. Put that on video. Alan, you're being a butt. But the guy on the left that has the big barn and the trailer, he owns all that, this field. He's gonna be getting rid of all that stuff and making some houses. But him, I cannot believe I forgot her name.
I'll ask Amy.
Him and her have been chatting. And another problem is you gotta bring it up to county specs.
Yes.
So we gotta do our drainage. We gotta do,
Is it wide enough?
that's what we're,
Yeah.
and he's working on it. He's got a very engineer brain. His name's Dave. He overthinks everything, but,
Yeah.
and then everybody had to pitch in, and the last bid we got was a $247,000 bid and a $549,000
Okay.
bid to pave it from there to the fork up top.
Okay.
But if everybody pitches in,
Yeah.
It's-
I know.
you know, but I would say within the next year or two, him and her and everybody come together, we'll get it
Figure it
paved.
out. And what's this area called?
This is Mulberry Subdivision.
Okay, I don't
Okay.
remember that. Yeah.
Does it have a sign that says that?
No.
No, it's just, okay.
Yep. Now, if you were to go left instead of coming straight down, that would take you all the way around. She's off to the left, and I can't believe I forgot her name. But she's been here since day one. Her brother lives up here. He's grumpy. He just sticks to himself. Amy had a piece of melon. Went, oh, here, I got your mail. He opened the door like Speedo. Like, what can I do for you? She's like, wow, here. But no, they're
Cross
all
that off.
nice. They're all nice people. Everybody gets along. The Perez's are over here. Sometimes their dog will be in the yard, but he's super friendly, and you can just text him, hey, your dog's in my yard. He'll call him.
Yeah.
But I mean, you literally, you walk around completely butt naked outside if you want to. Nobody's
This is the,
all right here. They're 16 inches. So
What was it?
it's a TJI.
TJI.
It's a beam. It's got wood on top, wood on the bottom. It's compressed. This whole garage is from the second story is TJI. So what I'm getting at is if you're going to run power or anything like that, you need to run it this way, not this way, because you'll have to cut the drywall on every one.
gotcha.
Once you get, say you made a hole here, you can literally fish a wire all the way to there. But that's something, mini split. I mean, my opinion, I would get a 110 one. I think I just bought one for a little rental I have. I think I paid $800. Paid a guy $1,000 to install it. It's 110 volt, and I just came off of an outlet. And it
This one we already had.
I know.
So-
Yeah, we.
I'm just
had a
thinking-
garage, and it was like 14 square foot, and we finished the whole inside of it. We put one up, and we're gonna put one on the other side, but the one was.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of power
Yeah.
and you'll have to probably surface mount it.
Good thing we saw the trick in opening that.
So this is a spare. You're handling your sub panel. You could use this, but you're gonna need a double pole, probably 40 for that.
We're using a double 30 right now.
It's a double 30.
And it does pretty good. Yeah, we haven't had any issues yet, I'd say.
What you could do, see these are on doubles, this is a single. You need one more space from here.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tie They might have a double pull 30 that's a slim line that'll fit in here. I just put this breaker in here because it had an open gap and I hate those plastic. So I just installed
Yeah.
a breaker right here. But you'd have to kind of surface mount it or come down would probably be better
Yeah.
Okay.
and shoot it up.
Yep. That sounds good. Shoo.
Any other questions?